Hello, everybody. So I've been surprising myself recently with writing more rhyming poetry. I think I'm actually getting quite good at rhymed poetry now, even though this is very much in an archaic sort of style. It's not really reflective of contemporary poetry so much. But yeah, I thought I'd read to you now a little song that I wrote this morning, or this afternoon even, called Shadow Song, that I thought was quite good, and I posted it to the Rhyming Poetry Facebook group. So perhaps without further ado, here we go. This is Shadow Song. Dear departed, still to grow. There goes my wandering shadow. The scent so kind, the erring so great. What heartless hind would leave it upon your plate? The Muses rancorous and sublime, the passing still to dinner time. The ease of these, the higher path, the swaying breeze of dawn's departed wrath. Still to know in the spinning show, the seafaring maid at your window. The ease of time, the happy height, we seek a rhyme for the still dark sweeping night. There in senses we come at last to the singing plains so vast. To see in night thoughts of these, our dear delights spilled through whispering trees. Still on oceans coiling nigh, we see the high empyrean of the sky, of substance never meant, not drastic in the main. We see the light bent upon each single singing strain. And death shall come as a friend, not as some evil-hearted fiend. We go as then to mend the higher visions of the wind. And go not nightly here to show, go with me, my soul of shadow. So I thought I liked the way that that ended. Go with me now, my soul of shadow. I thought that was quite inspired, maybe, or quite good somehow. Um, yeah, I like the way that that lilts along. I like the kind of the lyric nature of it, the ballad form, I suppose you'd call that. Or yeah, is it a ballad as such, or is it something else? It's got what's the rhyme scheme of it? Just want to quickly see. I mean, the last stanza doesn't adhere to the rhyme scheme. It kind of breaks the rhyme scheme. So it's A A B C B C. Yeah, and that's followed through to the final stanza, which is A B A B C C. Yeah, so I'm going to post that in the description if you want to peruse that at your leisure. Um, that's something that I just coughed up in literally 5 minutes. But I mean, this is how I write poetry. I mean, Geoffrey Hill, for example, the great English poet Geoffrey Hill, he said in his earlier years of writing poetry, he'd write about 7 poems a year. I can write about 7 poems in a day for some reason. Cut me, I bleed poetry, right? So I produce a huge amount of poetry. Most of it's not very good, of course. Most of it needs quite a lot of refinement and reconsideration and all this sort of thing. Um, I've written poetry which is good enough to be published, I think, but not much of it. And yeah, I write poetry frenetically and in vast quantities. I've written about 3 poems today, 3 or 4 poems today already. So yeah, I don't know really what my fate is as a poet. Hopefully it's a good thing. Hopefully it's a good sign of writing poetry, writing lots of it. I don't know if it is so much, but I guess time will tell, and I'll have to wait around to the conclusion of my work to figure out if any of it's any good. But thank you everyone for watching. I love you lots. It's been great doing these little poetry videos for you, and I'll see you soon, hopefully. Goodbye.